It's 2019 and a 14-year-old dev releases a JoJo game which will be known as the best JoJo game for many years until 2022 when the game started going downhill. But how did all this happen and why? To know the answer to these questions, we need to go back to the origins. 2019, Uzuki is a developer working for a JoJo game called Standverse. Since he was the only dev, the owner of the game promised Uzuki that he would get a 60% of the game earnings, but he never kept his promise. What the owner didn't know is that this choice would get to Uzuki using his work to create YBA. After combining all the work he had already done for Standverse and adding more for his game, YBA was ready to be released. In the game, your goal was to fight using a big variety of stunts to level up and become stronger. While the game wasn't popular yet, the devs kept working on new abilities weekly, building hype around the community and improving the game, getting more players to try YBA and building a bigger community. The game was growing, so Uzuki had to make his game stand out from YBA's competitors. Aside from adding new stunts with powerful abilities, the devs also added new quests for the storyline, so it was more fun progressing. While these updates kept the players trying the new stunts and fighting with them, Uzu had been working on a big update. This is Still Bar Run, a game mode where you compete with other players and try to reach the first place in a horse race. The devs also added 3 new stunts and a leaderboard for PvP, which kept players spending hundreds of hours to have their name on their leaderboard. To make YBA more interesting, they made the map bigger, allowing players to explore a huge map where you could fight bosses, obtain items, and even gamble at this arcade. Uzu kept updating YBA and the game seemed to keep growing until the accounts of the devs were stolen. They lost millions of Robux because of this scam, and this affected YBA too. It got fixed soon after, but the damage was already done. However, this didn't stop the devs from trying to make their game the number one, so Uzu added a very important thing to YBA: mobile support. Believe it or not, many people will play YBA do it on their phones, so this update made the community grow. Months pass by, YBA keeps getting more and more stunts every time, and Uzuki decides to make an update that for many people will be the greatest and the biggest update. This is the Heavens update, in which we got 2 stunts, with a quest for each one, making all the players trying to obtain these stunts, and even YouTubers speedrunning to obtain them. 2 new challenging bosses, which weren't anything easy. This will keep players trying to beat them to obtain valuable items, which will be useful for the quest of the new stunts. And more things were added. This update will make the game reach its peak, but this wouldn't last for too long. Uzuki had 2 choices: keep releasing great updates as the previous one, or take advantage of YBA's popularity to get rich. Well, he didn't make the right choice. The devs had to think of something that players will grind for and spend money on it: stunt skins. At first, players enjoyed grinding to obtain rare skins, but the update started to be repetitive with only new skins. Players started to hate Uzuki as he couldn't stop getting more and more money. The hate continued spreading around until 6 months have passed by, but there wasn't a single update. While most of the people lost hope in Uzu, there still was a small amount of people who believed that YBA would revive. Well, they weren't wrong. Another big update for many people, including a complete rework of the map, which is huge compared to the old map, a new stunt which had outstanding animations and abilities, and obviously 12 new skins. At this point, people would believe that Uzuki would again abandon YBA for another 5 months, but that wasn't true. The dev team started to do monthly updates, reworking all stunts and specs, giving them eye-catching effects, and also giving them abilities that often were released unbalanced and broken. But everyone could agree that the update frequency was really good. During these updates we got one of the most awaited updates, the soft and wet update, giving players not only a new stunt with a quest, but also giving a free stunt and a spec storage, which allowed you to store many abilities, something that the community awaited for 2 whole years. It seemed like Uzuki was unstoppable, making all players return and keeping newer players interested with the updates.
Bro, let's go!
Everything seemed great, until YBA got abandoned again. For 4 whole months, the devs didn't release a single update, and while some people expected the update to at least be big, it was just another rework, which brought us a stand that was completely broken. By this time, a big part of the community lost hope in YBA because the devs were always giving promises that never were made. And to YBA's disgrace, after releasing an update, Uzuki posted a video which will change YBA forever. A trailer for a new game. This game is one of the many battlegrounds in Roblox, however it has better graphics and mechanics, and this is a problem. If Uzuki can barely release updates for YBA, he won't be able to keep 2 games updating at the same time, and that means... this probably won't happen, but the updates won't be the same anymore. Nowadays, YBA averages 5,000 players, most of them being people with valuable accounts. And while a new update could revive the game, this wouldn't last for too long. In conclusion, YBA was a great game which gave us good memories and great moments, but the game is no longer the same.